The girls woke up to find themselves tied up inside a shipping container. They screamed for help, but then the kidnappers appeared, telling them no one would come to their rescue. The abductors then forced them to shower, leaving the girls feeling utterly helpless. Suddenly, a police officer walked into view from a distance. The two girls immediately ran to him, begging for help. The officer shielded them and confronted the kidnappers. But then, to the girls' shock, the officer burst out laughing. It turned out the police department and the kidnappers were working together. The officer leered at the girls before pulling out a pill. The girls were then locked back inside the container. A minute later, the man walked out, leaving a girl lying sadly on the bed. Soon after, a man wearing a pig mask appeared. The two girls screamed at the sight of him. The masked man chose one of the girls and re-entered the container. After an unknown amount of time, the girl, now wearing a pig mask, sat inside the container. The other girl rushed over to check on her, asking if she'd seen the man's face. The girl replied that she'd only seen a design on his arm. They began to comfort each other. But then the kidnappers brought in another man. He quickly picked a girl. Staring at the man, she spat directly at him. He slapped her in return, then took a lit cigarette and pressed it onto her navel. The girl screamed in agony, and the other girl outside was terrified by the sound. To escape, the two girls began to devise a plan. Conveniently, that day, only one kidnapper was left to guard them. So, one of the girls put her plan into action. She took off her clothes and approached the man. As he let his guard down, she bit his neck. The man quickly died due to his lust. Finally, the two girls unlocked their handcuffs and successfully escaped. But when they saw two girls by the roadside, they remembered their own ordeal and decided to seek revenge. They drove back. Soon, they arrived at a supermarket to buy tools for their revenge. They then noticed a man with a tattoo on the side of the road, a tattoo identical to the one on the man who had harmed them earlier. One of the girls grabbed a baseball bat and confronted him. The man was arrogant, but then the other girl knocked him out from behind. They took him to the outskirts, poured gasoline over him, and then threw a match. Their revenge plan was just beginning.